Uh, First question, Mr. Pritesh. Yeah, we have an affiliate program. Please contact our company number and our team would explain more and would take you to the process of joining as an affiliate. Vidya, what would be the investment from your end? Vidya, we invest in one slot in every investment opportunity that we do. But another point you have to notice, this is not just, this one slot is a very small amount for a company like us. The bigger skin in the game is our reputation that we put into play. We are a company that is currently worth over 100 plus crore and we manage over 140 crore worth investments. Our target is to become India's biggest alternate investment platform in the next 2 to 3 years, and where we manage a portfolio of over 1,000 plus crore in the next 2 to 3 years. And for that to happen, we cannot afford a failure. Okay. So the reason why our company has grown is because we do not have a failure till date, and all the projects that we are invested in have performed exceptionally well and have given tremendous returns to our investors. And our growth chart will only continue to happen only if this continues for the next 2 to 3 years. Okay, so our biggest skin in the game is the reputation and our project due diligence. The reputation is our first skin in the game, more than money. Uh, Hashmit, Kada Agrahara road condition leaves must to be desired. Hashmit, this is not Kada Agrahara. This is bang on Sarjapur main road. It is the second bit. It is less than 50 meters. It's just a minute from Sarjapur main road. Kada Agrahara is on the inside. That is almost 1.5 kilometer away. So this is bang on the main road. Just second bit from Sarjapur main road. Akshita, what if 75% investor do not approve my investment or do not approve the sale? Will my investment be blocked? Akshita, this is what I just told a minute ago. Even minority is not left out behind in this particular investment option. So let's say 90% of the investors want to retain because they foresee the prices appreciating even higher. Excuse me. So let's say 90% of the investors want to retain this investment, but only 10% want to exit for your own personal reasons. Let's say you're happy with the profit that is making, you want to buy something, or you want to buy your own house, pull out this investment. So even let's say only 10% want to exit, minority exit is also possible. All we have to do is just sell the 1 or 2 odd units to give exit to the minority investors. Unlike commercial real estate where all people invest in one big commercial property, here your money is being invested across 20 flats. Okay, 20 small units where each unit is worth 1.5 crores. So at any point of time, all you need is just 3 to 4 investors who are looking to exit, because 3 to 4 investors would form one flat. So let's say for a 2.5 BHK, you need 3 investors, and for a 3 BHK, you need 4 investors. So at any point of time, if there are 4 investors or one looking to exit, you will get your exit. You don't have to wait for the majority 70% approval. Mr. Dinesh, Fab Invest is Fab Invest RERA registered. See, RERA registration is for either builders or buyers. Sorry, it's for builders or for mediators, channel partners. So Fab Invest is a buyer. Okay, we are buying the flats just like how an individual buyer buys a flat. We are buying flats via our company. We are in the business of buying and selling. So buyers do not require RERA registration. Udit, what is the reason for builder giving 35% discount when it can also avail capital at around 12% from the market? A very good question, Udit. The builder already has 100 crore construction loan from Bajaj, like I already showed in the webinar. Okay. So the key point, what most guys or most people do not know is, again, like mentioned, just like how every business has investors, builders also have investment partners. That is the big guys who invest large amounts of money into the projects and help the builder to fund the project. Okay, just like it's a partner. Okay. So the reason for this is multifold. Okay. Let's say a builder needs 100 crore for a construction, or let's say 150 crore, whatever. Or let's say the builder needs 100%. Out of this 100%, a bank typically funds only 50 to 60% of a builder's requirement. Only 50 to 60. If the builder needs 100, a bank will only disburse 50 crore or 60 crore to most. At 12% interest, like you said, 12 to 14. It's not 12%, 12 to 14 is where banks fund it. And the next step after banks is NBFCs. NBFCs like Bajaj, Tata Capital, Godrej. So NBFCs typically fund around 70 to 75% of a builder's requirement. 70 to 75%. And NBFCs usually fund at a higher rates, starting from 15 to 18%. All right, 15 to 18%. It's much higher. But NBFCs also still fund only 70 to 75% of builders' return. There is always a 20 to 30% deficit minimum. It can get to 40-50% as well, depending on the project deposit. And this deficit is typically funded by investment partners like us. Typically, the people investing in this space are high net worth investors like celebrities, politicians, big shots, someone with the capacity to invest 20, 25 crore at one shot. This can get to even multiple tens of crores or hundreds of crores if you are investing with big builders like Brigade, Prestige, Soba. Okay, even they have investment partners, but if you have to work with them, the quantum is much higher. Let's say 200 crore, 10 crore per project. So investment partnership with builders, like mentioned, has been there for multiple decades. Is there in every city and every project, no matter what the size is, be it 10 crore, 50 crore, or even 500 crore massive community like this. So investment partners have been an integral part of this business, and this is a very lucrative investment for HNAs because if you are investing in the right project and right builder, you will never lose money in this. Okay, so real estate is one arena where your principal is safe and it is always appreciating provided you do your due diligence right. So in this investment form, let's say there is a HNI with 50 crore capital. All he has to do is just buy something at a discount, right? The market is at 9K, he's acquiring at 6K. So that is a straight away 60 lakh rupees profit per flat. All he has to do is just hold on until the construction is complete, sell it in 2 to 3 years, make 30-40 crore profit. So this investment category is super famous amongst HNIs, and it's small and mid-scale investors that do not know that such a firm even exists. And that is the reason why, I mean, people ask such questions. Okay, people are not aware that such a form of investment option even exists. So what our company is doing is not one big HNI. We are fractionalizing this investment, forming a big investment and forming an entity, and investment happens via the company. So that builder doesn't have to deal with 40, 50, 100 people. It is one single entity that the builder deals with. Yeah. Mr. Srinivas, responsibility of selling the flat would be with investors of Fabulous. It is definitely with our company. Okay, so we have investors all over the country. It's not just Bangalore people investing in this. So we have people from all over the country, Delhi, Mumbai invest with us, and fractional investors will not be able to sell this, right? So that is why I was telling the numbers. For us to sell this to, 20 flats, 200 site visits, 2,000 pitches to prospective investors. So Fab Invest will take the responsibility of selling these flats. It's not you guys. What are the charges which will be deducted? So Naveen, there are no charges that will be deducted on this. Fabinvest does not charge any commission from you guys on the day of investment. Any commission or any money that we make is from the builder. Okay, the builder pays our company directly. It is not from you guys. But however, there is a 3% commission that we charge during exit. Okay, during exit, there is a 3% commission that we charge on the entire sale value. This 3% is to recover all our expenses. Like I mentioned, we launch aggressive marketing campaigns. So if you are aware of marketing, or you can just Google or ask ChatGPT. So what is a per lead cost for real estate category? So if I have to pitch this project to at least 2,000 prospective home seekers, it would cost us at least 25 to 30 lakh in marketing expenses at that point of time. Also, we'll have to pay, we'll not just rely on our marketing channels. We anyways have in-house marketing. The builder also has offered to sell these flats during our exit, provided we pay him a 3% commission. Also, we have 150 to 200 channel partner or mediator network with us who would sell these flats if we pay them a commission of 2 to 3%. So this 3% commission would cover the entire expenses at that point of time. So at this moment during the investment, there are zero deductions. During exit, there is a 3% commission that we charge, and this is to facilitate the entire sale process. Vishnu Kumar, what is the cancellation procedure? What cancellation procedure do you mean, Mr. Vishnu? Can you please elaborate? Again, I'll answer. Again. Mr. Venkata Naga, are we allowed for a site visit this week? Absolutely, Mr. Venkata. There are already a lot of people visiting the site yesterday, or visiting today, and people have already visited yesterday. So you can feel free whenever you want to go. You can just call our team, let us know. Or if you want to just randomly walk in to genuinely identify and do your due diligence, you can just walk in straight away. There'll be someone at builder's office who will be receiving you, showing you the project. So you're free to go. You're welcome to go. Mr. Syed, can I meet you people today in your office in Bangalore? Yes, Mr. Syed. You can come anytime post lunch, maybe after 3 p.m. Our team will talk to you. Mr. Udit, how does the fund transfer process work? Okay, Mr. Udit, like I mentioned, the first step is EOI. you have to pay a 1 lakh token to our SPV's account. This is not to Fab Invest account. Fab Invest does not do any of these investments. Every project that we do, we create a new company, like I told you, which is an SPV, special purpose vehicle. SPV, special purpose vehicle company, that is incorporated just for the purpose of this investment. We'll have to pay token to this SPV. Any money goes to this SPV. All right. And you'll have to wait until the full subscription is done. Like mentioned, Jan 10th is the timeline that we foresee for this investment to fully subscribe. And post Jan 10th, we'll be sending you a drawdown notice. And once the drawdown notice is received or sent, you'll have to remit your balance funds in a span of 4 to 5 days. And once the balance funds are received, that is when we go ahead with the registration. And registration typically happens in 4 to 5 days once the funds are received. So this is the fund transfer process. Yagnateja Engrace Vista was launched at 8250, and in 1 month the price is 2250. Yagnateja Engrace Vista was our previous project. It is also on Sarjapur Road. Okay. It is 1.5 kilometer from Sarjapur Road. It is 1.5 kilometer or 1.8 kilometer to be exact from Sarjapur Road. This is Serene Heights. It's a different project altogether. Please go to our website, click on the project section. You'll find videos of the both projects. Okay. You might be confused because it is on the same project and also both are by modern spaces. So Serene Heights is a different project. Engaged Vista is a different project. The 1,000 rupees premium is because of the close connectivity. Like I told you, it's just the second bit from Sarjapur. Mr. Varun Uppala, if you are planning to invest more than 50 lakh, can we expect any higher bonus? Mr. Varun, this is a one-time bonus. I mean, we haven't given any bonus till date, despite being in the market for 1.5 years. And like mentioned, we are offering this only as a goodwill gesture because our company has done tremendously well the last year and I'm in 2025, and we just want to pass on the benefit to our investors, some benefit. So 50,000 per investor is fixed irrespective of how many slots you are investing in. Okay. So it's a fixed 50,000 bonus per investor. So what is Fab University? Akshita, I've already told you the fees. At this moment, we don't charge anything. Any fees is upon sale. Mr. Venkata, what about income tax on returns? Like mentioned, this investment is LTCG applicable, or this is tax efficient. Since the holding period is more than 2 years, this comes under long-term capital gains tax. So we have to pay a flat tax of 12.5% on our profit. Okay, it is a flat 12.5% tax that has to be paid on our profit. Let's say we make a 3,000 rupees or 4,000 rupees profit. It's a flat 12.5% that comes around 450 rupees per recipe. And whatever balance is left after the tax has been paid is tax free in the hands of you investors, because you guys are partners of this company, right? So the balance after the 12.5% is paid is tax free in your hands and no further tax has to be paid. So if you're already on a higher tax bracket, 20%, 30%, or maybe 40% if someone is earning a crore or more. So this is a highly efficient investment option. Raghuvamshi, I already told you the builder has raised 850 crore from Bajaj till date, and they are a CAT from HDFC and Nami Finance. Okay, you can just check with Bajaj. 850 crore is what Bajaj has disbursed across all their builds. This particular builder has more than 10 projects running, has constructed multiple flats in the past. So, but the reason why we invest or any builder takes money from a private investor is just for that extra liquidity, for that comfort. Banks only fund 50-60%, NBFCs only fund. Mr. Raghuvanshi is our serial investor, has already invested in 3 of our projects, if I'm not wrong. So, yeah. Arun Prasad, what will happen if investor plans to exit within 1 year? Very good question, Mr. Arun. So, the holding period of this particular investment is 2 to 3 years. So we will not be selling the flats before 2 years because that would trigger short-term capital gains and it would make no sense because you would still be taxed at your own personal tax slab. So we would not be selling less than 1 year. So 2 years is a minimum holding period. But if any of you want to exit before the 2 year, premature exit is also possible. Okay, premature exit. So what this means is we just put your share for sale in the market. Okay, every month we have at least 1,000 new investors signing up on our platform. And if someone wants to exit, we just put your share for sale in the market. So you get to decide at what price you would want to sell your share at that point of time. So we'll just connect you and the existing investor or the new investor, and you get to decide at what price you want to sell. So premature exit is also possible, but it is not instant. It is not instant. It will typically take around 3 to 4 months on a conservative basis to get an exit. So for this reason, we advise our investors not to invest your emergency fund. Okay, we have seen cases where people, have swept away their complete accounts or taken loans and have invested, but we strongly recommend against it. Okay, just keep some emergency fund and invest only your corpus, because premature exit will take at least 3 to 4 months. What is fabulous cut? I already explained. Udit Gangwani, anyone in this group has invested about fabulous. Mr. Udit, I think I'm not sure. I spoke to some Udit an year ago for our investment in Solace. I'm not sure if that was you. You have been tracking us for over a year right now. When you first spoke to us, we were at hardly 15 crore AUM. Right now, we are at 140 crore. If you want to talk to our previous investors, please contact your investment consultant and we will arrange at least 3 referrals. Okay. And all these referrals would be people working in MNCs and senior posts, okay, directors, VPs in big companies. So if you want referrals, let us know. We'll connect to you. And we just didn't randomly go from 15 crore to 140 crore in a year without having so many investors, right? So please connect your consultant. We'll arrange a one-on-one referral call to you. And if anyone wants to talk to our investors, please speak to our investment consultants. We'll arrange referrals. Rajesh, today, would there be any quarterly, monthly payments? Mr. Rajesh, how this is, see, we are buying flats at a fixed price, at a fixed discount. Who would give you a quarterly payout? Quarterly payouts, half yearly payouts are not possible. This is an investment. Let's say you bought a plot, or let's say you bought a flat as an investment. You would make money only when you sell it, right? Who would give you a quarterly or half yearly payout? The builders. It's not possible, right? So this is a pure investment. You're buying at X, targeted exit is at Y. So once you sell your money, so that is when you make your profit. So no quarterly payouts, half yearly payouts are possible. Mr. Pritesh, what is the future of tokenizing land in India? Curious to know. Tokenization, there are already a lot of companies working on this model, but I foresee this happening maybe after a couple of decades, not even time soon, because real estate is one sector where there is a lot of trust aspect that is involved. Okay, for this to get mainstream, maybe the journey has already started. There are multiple companies that are in this tokenizing sector. Also, SEBI recently has introduced SMDX to boost fractional ownership, but that is again starts from 10 lakh rupees and it is only for rental income generating commercial properties. So all these are a step towards boosting fractional ownership. What I believe is fractional ownership is the future of real estate in India. It's already been there in the West for the last 20 years and it's a very common way or regular way to invest in real estate. And considering the property prices, I mean, at the prices at which properties are today, down the line, next 5 years, 10 years, it'll be very tough for people to buy a full flat or a full property on their own. So fractional is a fusion. Whether would it be via tokenizing or via SPV route or some other route, we have to see. Mr. Sanjay, from my projections, 50 is the lowest and it can get beyond 70% also. Yes, Mr. Sanjay, what we foresee is a zero appreciation case would give us 50%. But this area is rapidly growing because of the multiple factors that I said. Uh, Prestige is already at 13K per SFT. Lodha is at 13,000 per SFT. And Prestige in Lodha, if you are aware, they are very small flats, okay? 1300 or 1400 SFT 3 BHKs. And 3 years down the line, Prestige and Lodha would hit 15K. So at that point of time, this is just 1 kilometer away. So Forum Mall already has started. In the next 2 years, Forum Mall will be complete. And also Metro has sanctioned. But really or practically speaking, it will take another 7 years or 5 to 7 years minimum for Metro to start functional or being functional. But we don't need that to happen, right? All I need is just a pillar being laid for me to advertise that Metro is coming in to sell this at a higher price to my buyers after 2 years or 3 years. So Prestige at 15K, this at 10K doesn't make sense. If Prestige at 15K, this should anyways be between 11 to 12K. So being optimistic, 11,000, 11,500 is also possible, but we advise our investors to be conservative See, if you are expecting 50% and the investment gives you 70%, you'll be very happy. But you're expecting 75 and the investment gives you only 50, 60, you'll be disappointed, right? So be conservative. 10K is a no-brainer here. All right. And 11,000, is also possible considering the macro factors and the developments that are happening in this particular area. Mr. Venkat, please recap. Uh, the Mr. Venkat, we'll be uploading a recorded session of this webinar on our YouTube channel. If you're already in touch with someone, please ping your investment consultant and they would share you the link. A recap now is not possible because the webinar or the pitch went for almost 30 minutes. Any hidden charges? Mr. Syed, there are no hidden charges. We are a very transparent company. And if you're investing more than 2 crore, there is an option for a private investment as well. You do not have to invest via the group or via fractional ownership. If you are able to invest more than 1 crore or 1.6 crore to be exact, a 2.5 BHK would cost you approx 1.6 crore, 1.06, 1 crore 6 lakhs. And a 3 BHK would cost you around 130 or 120 or something based on the flat sizes. If you are able to invest for a full flat yourself, you do not have to invest via the fractional ownership route. You do not have to invest via the group investment. Rather, you can get the flat registered directly on your name. Okay, so you have absolute control there. You are your own decision maker. This is more or less like buying a flat for yourself. So you get to take all the calls. You decide what to do with your flats. So if you're investing more than 2 crore, I think you can go via a private route, Mr. Syed. And if it's a private route, you won't even have to pay us any commission during exit. And any of our projects pays any challenges? Definitely the answer is no. So that is the reason why we are doing. If any of our project faces any challenges, that is where, or that is the point where our growth stops. Because see, this is big money, right? Someone putting 30 lakh would have taken people at least 2 years, 3 years to save. So the reason our company is growing is all our investors till date are very happy with us, and all our investors, all our investments have performed exceptionally well. So we take pride in our project selection and due diligence. In fact, every month we have around 20 to 30 builders approaching us with investment proposals, out of which 90% we reject on table, not because the projects are bad, but we believe uh, the projects are risky or they do not fit our risk appetite, maybe early stage, bad location, multiple reasons. So out of the 20, 30 proposals that we get, we hardly shortlist one or two, out of which post due diligence and legal, we invest in one project. So we are super tight with our due diligence and we take pride in saying we are one of the best companies in terms of due diligence and we like only playing a low risk conservative game. So that is the reason why we will not have any failures to date. Miss Naveen Kumari. Yeah, we have invested in Solis. We have invested 12 crore in Solis. The investment happened last September, August, September, 1 year ago. It was for a 1 year tenure. So we have acquired almost 20,000 SFT in that project and we have exited every project, every villa. So we do not have any share in Solis at the moment. Harishara G, what is the exact ROI that you're telling? 50% over 3 years. And yeah, Mr. Harish, see, this is not to be looked at on a compounding basis or an interest basis. Okay, so this is a fixed profit that you make. So this is just like buying any flat or any plot on your personal name. So let's say you're buying a flat, you don't look at compounding, right? So let's say you invest 1 crore, how much are you making? Is it 140, 150, 160 in what span? So that is how we have to look at this investment at. So the ROI on an total basis around 50 to 60%. On an annual basis, on a simple basis, this will fetch you at least 90 to 20% minimum in the next 2 to 3 years. So also the Hyderabad project, we have given you an early exit. Nothing was stopped. We have given you an early exit with, Mr. Harisha was our earlier investor. In fact, he has invested in our first project where we have given an early exit. 2 years was when the project initially timeline was looked at, but they have given an exit early in 1 year. So early exits are good, Mr. Harish. They are not bad. In fact, let me explain this with an example. So let's say someone has invested, or let's say we have invested 1 crore rupees in a particular project. and you have anticipated 50 lakh profit in 3 years. All right, 50 lakh profit in 3 years. So 1 crore to 150 in 3 years. Now, let's say we have exited the opportunity in 2 years at 140. So on paper, it might sound like you have made 10 lakh rupees less than what it would have made. But if you talk in terms of IRR or the compounding factor, an exit in 2 years, okay, is at 140 is much better than an exit in 3 years at 1 crore 50 lakh. Because if you are reinvesting this 1 crore 40 lakh in 2 years in another opportunity that would give you the same returns, you would, this 140 would become 2 crore in the next 2 years. So basically, you're doubling your money in 4 years with quick exits. So quick exits are important, and that is when your money would actually start compounding or giving the returns that are desired. And the reason why we exited our Hyderabad project in 1 year is because we didn't offer long-term returns at that point of time. So any payments that got made to our investors, like are basically tax at your own personal level, and the company paid out whatever profits it make to the investors. And most of the investors who invested in that opportunity were basically in a zero tax slab, or maybe invested on the names of their spouses or parents. So it made sense because taxation was no. But in this case, thought it will only be LTCG from now on. The company has to pay tax at the company's level, and profits are taxed in the hands of partners. Prateek Mittal, how many days do we get for the payment? Mr. Prateek, Jan 10th is when we think the opportunity will be fully subscribed, and that is when we'll be receiving plus or minus 5 days. So that is when we'll be receiving the drawdown notice, and maybe Jan 15th. So it's almost 1 month or 25 days from now is what you have to make the full payment. Vidya, how do you make money? We get a commission from builder during every investment, and also like mentioned, there is a commission on sale once a sale happens. And also, this is not just for commissions. We want to build Fabinvest as India's biggest alternate investment platform. And if you're already investing in stocks, I think you know the valuation game, right? So maybe one day we might IPO, but the immediate foreseeable future or the next 2 years, our target is to hit 1,000 crore AUM in the next 2-3 years. So yeah, the bigger picture is to build a large company that might IPO one day, but valuations is what we are in for this. Mr. Raj Simha, what are the current investment options from the builder? This is an exclusive investment opportunity, Mr. Raj Simha, for Fab Invest. Okay, the builder is not doing any investment options as such to builders or to regular buyers, and regular buyers will have to buy this at 9250. Maybe there is a slight discount based on payment terms, maybe a few hundred rupees. That's it. So this is an exclusive deal that is the Fab Invest. And one important point I would like to stress here is this discount is being offered not because of the 25 crore commitment that we are giving to the builder. Okay, 25 crore is nothing in real estate. It's a very small amount. It's a 400-500 crore project. So what difference does 25 crore add to this? So we are getting this discount because Fab Invest has committed 200 crore to this particular builder in the next 1 year. Okay. Like mentioned, we have already invested in Solace, their first project where we have exited. It was super smooth. We are impressed with their professionalism, speed, etc. We have committed 200 crore to this builder across their other projects in the next 1 year, out of which Engrace Vista was the first of this round and Serene Heights is the second. So post Serene Heights, there'll be a 4 to 5 month delay because all the other projects of the builder are in a very early stage where they might have just filed for approvals or maybe when approval or construction has just started. We typically like investing in late stage projects or advanced stage projects, at least where there is some visible construction progress. So for the other projects of the builder to in that stage, that would take at least another 4 5 months, and that is when we would be listing another round with them. And the discount that we have here is not for the 25 crore that we have committed. It is because of the 200 crore overall commitment that we have given to the builder across their other projects. So Engrace Vista and Serene Heights are the only late stage projects that they have. And yeah, that is why you have this discount. Vijay Kumar, how does this investment compare with Sarjapur Engrace Vista, which was recently conducted? So Engrace Vista, like I mentioned, is 1.5 kilometer inside the main road. Okay, it is 1.5 kilometer or 1.8 kilometer away from uh, Sarjapur main road. And in terms of investment comparison, there are multiple ways to look at. Okay, the pro or the advantage with Engrace Vista is the Godrej launch of the Godrej community that I told you. It is just beside, it is next to Engrace Vista. It's the next bit or maybe 2 bits away from Engrace Vista. So Engrace Vista has that Godrej factor. So let's say Godrej has launched at 10K or 10.5K. We have invested in Engrace Vista at 5250. So an excavation stage, Godrej launch is still an year away. Approvals are in place right now. It will take at least 1 year for all approvals to come. So let's say after a year, Godrej has an excavation stage project at maybe 10,000 plus amenities, etc. So Engrace Vista would short hit 9,000 because by that time it will be ready to move in project in the next 1.5 year. So it's easily attainable. I mean, 9,000 or 10,000 is easily attainable because of the Godrej pull. Of coming to Serene Heights, the location altogether is very different, and this particular project has a location advantage. So Engrace Vista has a price advantage. 5250 for 9,000 is basically approximately 60% or 65% profit. Okay. And Serene Heights has a location advantage. And since it is just next to the main road, selling this project is quite easy. So Engrace Vista has good advantage. This project has location advantage. So 1.5 kilometer is the distance between the two projects. And both the projects are more or less similar in terms of an ROI perspective. There might be a 5 to 10% difference at the most. Okay. In terms of the selling price, the selling velocity, the sales velocity. So this project is on main road. Selling this is much easier in case someone prefers a city environment where away from the main road, away from the hustle and bustle. So Godrej or Engrace Vista would make sense with it. So both projects are more or less similar in terms of quality, in terms of pricing. The difference might come down to at least hardly 5% or 10% at the most in terms of the ROI that you get. So that depends on multiple variables, depends on when Godrej launches, what price they launch per Engrace Vista. And this particular project, like mentioned, let's say there is a metro project that is coming in next 2 years. Okay, so all we need is just the pillars to be laid out to show that metro is coming for me to sell at a higher price. And let's say Prestige Loda 8 to 15K, I can sell this at 11, 11, 5, 12K. So it's variable. So 10K is what you can expect. Anything beyond that, there is a lot of variables. So 50 to 60% easily you can expect in both projects. Anything beyond 60%, that is when the appreciation factor comes into play. Also the macro factors like government policies, development happening. So yeah. Shruti Gupta, any agreement between you and us that we paid the amount? Shruti, all right. So the day you pay the token, you get you sign an EOI document, you get a payment acknowledgement receipt. So for every payment that you do, once you do your full investment, you get an acknowledgement receipt. Secondly, I'll explain about the documentation. The most important document you have in this particular investment is partnership deed. Okay, partnership deed. So this is the most important document, and this document, uh, just a minute, governs all the rules of this particular investment. This document has all the details like who you are, how much you are investing, in which project you are investing, who the builder is, at what price, all details. Also, you'll have the details of your co-investors, that is investors investing alongside you. How much you have invested, how much they have invested, what share you hold in the company, what share they hold in the company. So everything is clear, transparent, and is on paper. And most importantly, this document is signed by all the investors at the same time. It's an e-signing process. There is a 1 week signing window during which there's an e-signing link sent to every investor, and all you investors have to sign this document at the same time. And once everyone signs this document, an encrypted copy will be sent to everyone. So let's say there are 50 investors, there are 50 copies of this document with everyone. So in future, let's say someone comes and says, I invested 40 lakh instead of 30, I own 2% share instead of 1.5. There are 49 other copies that prove otherwise. All right. And also once the partnership deal is signed, the signed copy will have to be updated to MCA, that is Ministry of Corporate Affairs, the government body that governs or oversees company law in India. So the government also has a track of this transaction. So that's about documentation. It is not just receipts. You have a partnership deed, your data, your KYC is updated to government. Okay, you'll be reflected. It's a company that we incorporate. So the government has a record of who you are, how much you have invested into this company. Your data has to be updated to MCA. All your KYC has to be submitted. Mr. Jagnadeja Fabulous will be a partner in this. Me and my co-founder will be partners in this. So we oversee the entire company, and the company is already formed. It's not that the company is formed after investors come in. The company is already formed before investors come in. And once you come in, that is when we add you as partner. So that is the process. So it's a fairly complex, it's a fairly simple process. It's not at all complex. We have been doing this from over 1.5 years now. And it is not just a see, Fabulous didn't introduce fractional ownership. It's already a 10,000 crore industry. Just Google about fractional ownership platforms and you'll see multiple players. In fact, there are two big companies in Bangalore that have done over 2,000 crore worth of business each. Okay. But they are in commercial real estate space. So company A has sold 2,000 crore worth of commercial properties. Company B has sold 2,000 crore worth of commercial properties, and they have been in the business for almost 5 to 7 years now. And there is not even one single incident where there was any issue with any flat ownership platform. So that should give you how strong and how standard this model is. So you can just Google about this webinar about fractional ownership, understand about it in detail, and we didn't invent this. We are just adding a new dimension. We are using fractional ownership and have formed a different investment approach via fractional ownership. So that is the difference between Fabulous and other companies. So I'm ready. I've already answered this question. For those 20 flats, builder name, see, whatever share you are acquiring, your money is going into an SPV, special purpose vehicle, that is registered for these flats. So to the end buyers, okay, the company's name would reflect. So your ownership in the property is via ownership in the company. This model is called fractional ownership. Please Google about it or please call our company number. If you're already in touch with our consultants, just call someone. We'll take a detailed session on what fractional ownership is. So you'll understand it in better. Nabeen, Fabinvest has started 2024 Jan. It's almost been 1.11 months, 1 year 11 months or 2 years this year. This is our 8th project till date. 8th project. We have already exited 2 projects. Okay. Yeah. Nagendra, capital gains is available for every company, LLP, private limited, no matter who it is. Capital gains is available to LLPs as well. So it's flat 12.5%. It's not 35% of the profit. 35% would not make any sense, right? So 12.5% is a DAC that you have in this particular investment option. And yeah, I mean, is the bonus given? Yeah, see, again, Fab Invest is a separate company, SPV is a separate company. All right, you're sending money to SPV, special purpose vehicle. Okay, in the LLP's books of records, the documents have to be super clean. All right, super clean. The entire 30 lakh that you have committed has to come to the LLP's account. So once this money goes to the LLP's account, we then acquire properties. The money is paid to the builder. So once the money is paid to the builder gives a company commission to Fab Invest account, not to the SPV in which you are a part of. It's a separate company. All right. So the LLP's books have to be clean. For that to happen, the entire money has to be deposited with LLP's account. Whatever commission we give you is from our company's account. And tax on 50K is not a big deal, I believe. So to keep the books clean, this is the process. You cannot send 50,000 less. The money has to come to company's account within maybe 2 to 3 weeks, within a month, less than a month from the investment. Fab Invest from our company's account will give you this cash back. And it is only for next 2 days. Tuesday evening, 6 p.m. is all you have to avail this cash back. Shruti Gupta, LTCG, like I told you, 12.5%. Pramod HG, what if we are not able to sell the flats at all? Very good question, Mr. Pramod. This is a common fear that most people have. Okay. So Bangalore is a city with almost 2 crore population. 2 crore. Okay, I'll be open when I answer this and I'll be informal as well. Okay, it's a city with 2 crore population. You can sell any damn thing in Bangalore. Be it a 20-year-old house, 30-year-old house, 40-year-old house. You can sell any damn thing in Bangalore. And this is a super premium 2 BHK, 3 BHK gated community project bang on main road. So there is no way we cannot sell this question. No way we cannot sell these flats. But what is the question here? The question is, at what price can we sell it and when can we sell it? At what time? Is it 2 months, 2 years, 3 months, 2 years, 6 months, or 3 years? Selling is never an issue. The question is, at what price we will sell it, at what time we will sell it. So the catch to that or the problem here is, it's all about pricing. So let's say at that point of time, builder is selling at 10,000 rupees per SFT. Let's say everything went well. Builder is selling at 10,000 rupees per SFT. And we conduct a poll. and majority are like sell at 11,000 per SFT. Majority 70% wants to sell at 11,000. Now you guys tell me, is that possible? Maybe possible, but I'll again have to wait for another year. It's not immediate. Okay. So it's about price. Now let's say everyone agrees to sell at 10K. So if I'm selling at 10K, I again have a competitor in the builder who's selling at 10K. So it will take me some time. I may not be able to sell this in 2 months, maybe in 4 months or 5 months or in 6 months. That is when I'll be able to sell it. Okay, but selling will happen if I'm selling at the right price. Now let's say builder is at 10K. I position this in the market at 9,280 rupees per SFT or 9,800 rupees per SFT. That is 200 rupees discount on builder's price, or 9,750, 250 rupees from builder's price. Now you tell me, will the builder sell his flats or will the buyers come and buy my flats? Understood. So in investments, exit is what matters. The sooner you sell, the better it is once you hit this LTCG. Because let's say you're putting a crore, your crore becomes 150 in 2 years. It's better you reinvest this 150 because your 150 will start waiting for you and this will get to 220 or 225 in another 2 to 3 years. Rather, if you want to wait for 160 or 170, all right, and wait for 3-4 years, the entire investment would not make any sense. So the question is, at what price we can sell it and when we can sell it. So it's not about if you are not able to sell. Okay. So see, I mean, everyone watching this webinar would have some property, right? Do you have a fear that what can I, if I cannot sell my home or can I not sell my land? It will happen. It's a very big market. It's very easy if you are pricing it right. The question is when we can sell it. Mr. Sanjay, another good question. When you say we are shareholders of the company, what are our liabilities in terms of being a shareholder? There are 2 types of partners in this SPV that we form. So the first is designated partners. Okay, the general classification or the legal terminology. Designated partners are the founders of Fabinvest. That is me and my CEO, my co-founder. So we are the designated partners in all our SPV. Second is general partners or sleeping partners. That is you guys, investors who are investing in this company. So any liability in terms of this investment is to designated partners only. You can just Google this, check on ChatGPT. Sleeping partners, general partners will not have any liability, and any liability is to designated partners, not to you guys. So this is a very secure investment and you'll not have liability as an investor.
Also, guys, we'll be closing the Q&A session at 12:55. Please post your questions in the chat section.
Mr. Dinesh, another good question, is SEBI registration required for Fab Invest? Mr. Dinesh, SEBI is required if we are dealing with securities. Securities as in shares, debentures, stock market. This is real estate investments. We are buying properties, we are selling properties. All right. So this does not require any registration. And in fact, SEBI is very much into fractional ownership. SEBI is promoting fractional ownership, or they want to boost fractional ownership. And that is the reason they have introduced SM REIT. Okay, for commercial investments, if you are investing in commercial properties that are generating rental income, maybe 6%, 7% per annum. So SEBI has recently introduced SM REITs to boost fractional ownership. So what this has done is this has lowered the ticket size from 30 lakh to 10 lakh for commercial properties. Okay, and the share is publicly listable. I mean, it can be listed on exchanges and you can sell your share on stock market. Okay, so it is a positive step towards boosting fractional ownership. And SM REIT is for, like I again mentioned, it's for commercial properties that are worth over 50 plus crore. So SEBI has conducted an all platform meeting in IIM Bangalore last year. Okay, an all platform meeting where every fractional ownership platform from the country, Delhi, Mumbai, everyone has come, including Fabinvest. And what they have told us in this webinar is SM REITs are introduced to boost fractional ownership, and it is an optional model for the companies. Optional model. Someone doing a 50 crore worth more project, commercial project that is generating rental income, it's an optional model, and SEBI has given a free hand to the platforms to decide whichever model is convenient to us. Okay, we can either go via an SM route or we can go via the SPU route that we are already following. And the reason why SEBI hasn't placed any restriction on this is because, like I mentioned, it's a 10,000 crore market, been there for 7 years. Google about issues with fractional ownership or any things with fractional ownership. You will not find even one single case where there was an issue. That is how strong and solid this model is, and that is why SEBI has given a free hand to the platforms. Dr. Shivanarayana, builder can facilitate selling our flats, Mr. Shivanarayana, but we have to pay him a 3% commission. So during our exit, the sales will happen, majority of the sales will happen through our platform, some units to the builder, some units to the channel partners.
Udit, is Fab Invest self-funded or investor-funded? We are a bootstrap company, Mr. Udit. So we do not have any private investors as of now, but there is a lot of VC interest in our company from the last 6 months. But at this moment, we are not taking or we are not entertaining any VC interest because we do not need any money at the moment. We are already a profitable company. So let me just explain my journey to you for a quick minute or to investors who are on call. See, Fab Invest started 2024 Jan, like I told you. We needed VCs when we actually started on day one, because it's big money, it's all about trust, right? So our first project took us 3 months, and we hardly managed to do 3.5 crore something. 3 months is what it took for us to raise 3.5 crore. So it was very tough because a random company launching online, fractional ownership. So a lot of people, though found the idea interesting, everyone waited to see how we progress. So it took us 3.5 months to do 3.5 crore. All right. So, and then for the second project, I thought, okay, since the first project is done, maybe I should do 10 crore now. But to my surprise, the second project also took 4 months or 3.5 months to do another 4-5 crore. So at that point, I mean, first 6 months, nothing was really happening for Fab Invest. Though we started in Jan, until July or August, nothing was much happening. So I needed VC money at that point of time, where even I thought, okay, I have launched something that is very good in terms of investment, the model, the fundamentals, where your money is going at a discounted acquisition. It's basically buying something at a discount, right? A physical asset. So at that point of time, I needed VCs. But slowly, I mean, once we started giving payouts to our investors, exit to our investors, that is when all these investors started happening. And in fact, we did 100 crore in less than 12 months. The first 8-9 months, it was nothing. The last 12 months, 100 crore is what we did, because investors have confidence on our platform. Investors have seen getting payouts, getting exits, everything going well with our platform. And the next 2 years is when the real growth happens. So at least 1,000 crore AUM is what we are targeting in the next 2 to 3 years. So we'll definitely take investments, but not right now. Maybe once we hit 500 crore AUM, because that is when all this would make sense from a valuation standpoint. You put yourself in my place. So why dilute more share to an investor taking funding at 100 crore? It's better rather diluting at 1,000 crore or 500 crore, right? So yeah. So that is the reason why we do not have investors at the moment. So we deliberately are not taking entertaining investments, because we are already profitable and do not need investments at this point. Mr. Kiran, in a zero appreciation case, 50% is because, see, the current selling price is 9,250 per square feet. 9,250. We are acquiring at 6,250 per square feet. So 6,250 plus 48%. All right, 6,250 plus 48% is 9,250. So even in a zero appreciation, post construction, after 2 years, people would start moving in this. Okay, so even in a zero appreciation case, you would make 48 to 50% profit. So that's how you get the math. So it's not, see, discount of 35% is selling price minus 35% is entry price. But to calculate profit, you have to calculate on your entry price, right? You don't calculate on 9,250. It's just reverse math. Just calculate and open your calculator and understand. Vishnu Kumar, after paying 1 lakh, if someone wants to cancel. See, Mr. Vishnu, the reason why we take an EOI is we only want serious investors. We don't take your money on day one because we don't want to keep your money. That's again a liability. It's a headache to us, right? So we only want, or we only take 1 lakh token to get serious investors, someone who is fully satisfied with this opportunity, someone who is fully committed to invest in this. And we only send a drawdown notice once 100% subscriptions are done. So post subscription, let's say someone cancels or someone backs off, that would affect the entire 95% or other 98%, whatever are there. Because I'll again have to start looking for replacements, which would take another week or 10 days or even more. So there is a penalty if you cancel after paying UI, which is 50,000 rupees. So we strictly advise our investors to invest only if you are thoroughly confident and if you are sure that you will invest in our opportunity. Okay, so there's a 50,000 penalty. However, if you guys want to commit before Tuesday but are still uncertain, let's say you're 90% ready but you still have a 10% doubt whether you're going ahead or not, what we can offer you is, people signing up for this investment before Tuesday EOD will get the 50,000 bonus, but we can offer you another 4 days. Okay, you'll have time until the weekend to back out if you want to back out from the opportunity without any penalty. So someone who is backing out before next Saturday, your EOI will be refunded without any penalty, and you'll still be able to subscribe or hit the 50,000 bonus if you're continuing with the investment. So that's the best we can do in this particular case. But post next week, it's a hard commitment that you're giving us if you're staying. So this investment, Mr. Prem, is for phase 1. Iconic Tower has not yet started. It will start after the phase 1 is structurally done. Only one tower is done now, right? So in another 6 to 9 months, the builder would finish the other 2 towers structurally, and that is when iconic tower would start. So our investment is going into phase 1. So both phases are separate, the RERAs are separate, the approvals are separate, but post construction they'll be clubbed into one single unit. Mr. Rajgopal, can you share monthly returns? Mr. Rajgopal, see, if you are looking for monthly returns, you have to invest in rental spaces. Okay, rental is where you get monthly returns. For example, commercial properties, commercial real estate. But if you are going for monthly returns, you would hardly make 7% per annum, 7.5 at the most best case, not more than that. So your 3-year holding tenure would be approximately 20% or 21%. So if you want monthly returns, this is what you get. Whatever you make in an FD, you get in the same in rentals. Commercial rentals, what I would recommend you is good for look for good commercial platforms or commercial projects, invest in that. 7% per month is what you get. So this is pure investment. In investment business, who would offer you? Like, this is just like buying a plot for yourself, flat for yourself. In case you are comfortable with investing via fractional, if you have the capacity to invest a crore or more, you can go via your private investment, okay, where the flat is on your name. You don't have to invest via Fab Invest. All right, the flat is on your name. You can decide what to do with your flat. Sharma, why is this a low-rise project? Sharma, see, the point is low-rise, high-rise. Low-rise particularly has better metrics. I'll explain this from a builder standpoint. See, whether high-rise or low-rise, the FSI would more or less remain same. FSI is the yield that a builder gets from a land. FSI would more or less remain the same. But low-rise projects offer the builder better dynamics, better cash flows. Okay, what that means is, let's say you're building a 30-floor project. All right, when the yield is same, regularly buyers go for a bank loan. 19% of all buyers go for bank loans. So how bank would work is, they would disperse the entire amount on a stage-wise basis. 5% after first floor, 30% after first floor, another 5% after fourth floor, 5% after. So by the time builder gets to 30th floor, they would still have realized only 70% of the payout. But in low rise, once the builder finishes all the 10 floors, the banks disperse 80-85% of the total payout. So from a builder standpoint, the cash flows are better. So that is the reason why they have split this into 2 parts. So phase 1 is low rise 10 floors, phase 2 is an iconic tower of 22 floors. So once both are clipped, that would increase the value of this entire project. Mr. Vishal, any bonus to give? Existing. Mr. Vishal is our previous project investor. Mr. Vishal, this bonus is both from Fab Invest and from the builder's side. So whatever bonus we are giving, the builder from the 6250, the price is basically, from the builder's calculation, it is 75 rupees further discount that is giving us on a per SFT basis. Maybe 40 rupees from the builder's side, 40 rupees from our side. So yeah, bonus is only for this particular project, and it is only for this 2 investments. For this next 2 days until Tuesday evening. Yagnateja, the cashback would be paid within 30 days from the entire investment is done. Venkata Raghavendra, will TDS be deducted? No, TDS will not be deducted during exit. TDS, this is profit. There is no TDS on profit. Okay. If this is interest, or if this is some form of other payouts, okay, if it's consulting, etc., TDS applies. So once the LLP pays tax on its profit, the balance money is tax-free on the investor's hand. Since it is tax-free, you do not have to deduct any TDS. So there's no TDS deduction during exit. Mr. Rajesh, I already explained about the quarterly payouts. Yeah, Mr. Varun, there is a referral bonus for existing investors only. Okay, it's 1% referral bonus for our existing investors. Not apply to new investors. If any of our existing investors are referring your friends or family, there is a 1% bonus on the total investment value made by your referral. Mr. Prem, the 3% commission is on the net sale proceeds, the total sale value. Let's say we sell it at 10K per SFT. So there is a 3% commission on 10K. So Naveen, yeah, you should show on your income tax return that this is interest from profit, but it's not taxable. You don't have to pay any tax on it. So we are certain about it. In case you guys need any help during filings at that point of time, we can assign our CAs and our accounting team to you to help with this process. Nagendra, capital gains, LTCG, please Google. You'll have everything on Google. Ask ChatGPT, ask Gemini, they'll give you the answers with exact section numbers. Okay. With what section does state that LLP has LTCG? So, yeah. Mr. Badrinath, monthly returns, like I told you, this is an investment, guys. It is not rental income. It is an investment. If you want monthly returns, you hardly make 10% or maybe 20% in a span of 3 years, 14% in 2 years, 20% in 3 years. This is a pure investment. You bought a plot, would that plot give you monthly returns? No, right? So the purpose of our investments is to grow money aggressively at 40-50% in a span of 2 to 3 years. See, GST is applicable on the investment value, and whatever GST we are paying, Mr. KSR, whatever GST we are paying right now would be recovered during our exit from the buyers at that point of time. So GST is not an issue. Whatever we pay now will be recovered from the buyers at that point of time. Mr. Jashwant, what is the worst that can happen to understand the risk? So Jashwant, this is a low risk investment happen. The risk that this project has is the same risk as to buying any flat anywhere from any builder, anywhere in the country. Okay. All right. The same risk. So if you ask me what about the risk, what do you do when you buy a flat? You evaluate the builder profile, builder track record, commercial viability of the project, sales velocity, right? The project already has abundant funding from Bajaj that itself is required to finish the construction. The builder has significant land bank, 2,500 crore worth of land bank is what the builder has. So, see, okay, let me just, this is an important topic, important question. Let me just elaborate this in detail. What most people fear is, what if the builder does not construct the project? What if the construction stops? This is one question that every home buyer has. But I would like to ask you, do you know any project? I mean, how many projects do you know that are stuck for eternity? Everyone, how many projects do you know that are stuck for eternity? Maybe 5, 7, at the most 10. I'm sure no one knows more than 10 projects that are stuck for eternity. Hardly you might know 1 or 2 projects that you have seen while you're passing by to your office or somewhere. So real estate is big money. Okay, this is a 400 crore project. So the reason why projects don't get stuck for eternity is this is big money. All right. So let's say there is some issue to the builder. Put yourself in the builder's shoes. This is a 400 crore project. The builder has at least 100 crore project profit on this, 75 to 100 crore profit on this project. Let's say something happens. The project has construction loan. That itself is enough to construct. But let's say for some reason that is not sufficient. What would you do? You would hardly sell, maybe you have 250 acres land, right? You would hardly sell maybe 2-3 acres. Modern Spaces sold their land to Godrej at 18 crore per acre. You hardly have to sell, that is 18 crore per acre, sell maybe 2-3 acres to liquidate or generate enough money to finish the construction of this project. So selling 2-3 acres will bail out your project. But let's say you don't want to sell for some reason. What would you do? This has 75 to 100 crore profit. Worst case, if you put this in market, there will always be some other builder who would be ready to take over this, finish the construction. The deal would be like, okay, you pay me 50, I make 50, you make 50. So when there is big money involved, you'll never see projects getting stuck. The cases where you see something get stuck are when there is legal issues, when the land has title issues, disputes, etc. But like mentioned, this project has APF from 7 banks. 7 banks have already done their due diligence, and legally it's super clear. So we don't see anything happen to this project. And also it's advanced stage project, right? So the worst thing that can happen to this project, like you have asked this, not builder related, not project related, maybe macro factors is one theoretical chance where there can be delay. Let's say there is another pandemic like COVID and real estate gets stuck. Let's say there is a war, maybe went almost close to war 6 months ago, let's say something. So that is when projects might get stuck, macro factors which are beyond everyone's control. But project wise, we don't think there is at least 1% chance something can happen to this. Yeah, Mr. Rajesh. Yes, Mr. Rajesh, we'll connect sometime next week. Mr. Pritesh, we are not in rental income business. Like I said, our purpose is to grow money aggressively at 20% per year or 40-50% in 2 to 3 years. Rentals are not attractive. There are already enough players in the space, in rental income space, so we'll not get that. See, the way I see it is, you don't have to put your money in real estate for 7% returns. Okay, so rentals hardly 7% is what fetches you. You can get the same money in an FD, right? And also rentals are not tax efficient. 30% income tax is what applies to your rentals. So, and also appreciation in commercial properties where there are already tenants is just hope. Okay, if you compare other platforms, no platform was able to generate any appreciation. All right, because once you have a tenant, you're buying a property at a peak price, paying a lot of premium over its current market value. A property is usually cheapest during under construction stage. Post construction, prices increase. Once you have a tenant, the prices even increase. Once you have a MNC branded tenant, you'll have to pay 30-40% premium on regular market price. So when all other platforms are acquiring properties at 30% premium, where is the scope of any appreciation? So rental in commercial real estate is something that is out of our mind, and I don't foresee we doing a rental property. Commercial properties, yes, we definitely want to launch commercial properties, but it'll again be in the same investment partnership model under construction projects where there is a significant upside, 40-50%. So commercial properties also have investors, shopping malls, office spaces, hotels. There's a private investor who invests in under construction stage. There's a 50-60% profit during construction, which he grabs and exits. So commercial properties will be launching, but not rental. Mr. KSR, what do you mean by time delay? See, you mean delay in sales? Delay in sales, like I mentioned, the price is your call. If you want to exit, you let us know at what price you want to exit. 4 investors, and we'll sell a flat. Selling a flat in Bangalore is not a big deal. All you have to do is just put on 99 acres in Magic Bricks. One flat. I'm not talking about 20 flats. So it's easily sellable. It's all about price. Kotari, Chaya Kotari. I think you want to join the webinar late. We'll be posting a recorded session of this on our website, on our YouTube channel. Please go to our YouTube channel and you'll find all the details. The builder's name is Modern Spaces. You can go see the model flat if you want. Okay, guys, I think it's already been over 1.5 hours. We started this webinar. Any further questions, please call your investment consultants if you're already in touch with someone. If not, you can call our company number that is there on our website. We are working today, so we'll be able to take your calls anytime until 6 p.m. today. If you want to personally talk to me, just let our consultants know, and I'll be glad to join on a call with any of you to explain or to clear any of your doubts. So that's it for today. I would recommend you to spend the next 1 day or 2 days to do your entire due diligence and decide if this project is right for you. And yeah, see you all in this investment journey. Take care. Bye.